Coming up on This Week in Torrance, American Honda educates drivers on one of the most dangerous causes of accidents.
And a two-day Japanese cultural festival took place here in Torrance, attracting thousands to the city.
Plus, a wall remembering fallen service members from the Vietnam War makes a stop in the South Bay. We'll take you there.
Then local students get hands-on experience in the lab thanks to a unique program. We'll tell you all about it. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. A traveling memorial remembering the 58,000 fallen servicemen and women from the Vietnam War made a stop in the South Bay. The wall that heals was on display at Mas Phu Khai Park in the neighboring city of Gardena for a few days before continuing its journey to 37 other cities this year. The 350-foot-long wall is a three-quarter scale replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. The replica stands 7.5 feet high at its tallest point. The wall was warmly welcomed by veterans, South Bay officials, and the community. There are 42 veterans from the City of Torrance that have their names etched on the wall.
So the wall elicits a variety of reaction. For some people, it's just a somber and serious experience to realize all of these names are on the wall. For some people, it's an incredibly emotional experience if they have a personal connection to somebody on the wall. It can also be incredibly emotional and overwhelming to walk up to the middle of the wall and realize that there are 58,318 people that you are looking at, everyone being somebody's brother, somebody's cousin, somebody's uncle, somebody's father. So that can also be an emotional experience.
Our main purpose, my friend and I, is to make sure people who spend the time to come and visit the wall leave with all their questions answered. And that's our main purpose. A lot of people will come to the wall and they'll just kind of walk by and they won't notice some things that are on the wall, and we try to make sure that they take advantage of it.
Next to each name, there are symbols either confirming the death of that person or another symbol showing the person is still missing. The names are on the wall chronologically by casualty date. The tour stop was sponsored by Representative Maxine Waters' office, the City of Gardena, and the various other organizations in the city. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund debuted the wall that heals in 1996 and since then has been displayed at nearly 500 communities throughout the nation. The multi-day educational experience also includes a mobile education center. Cities can apply to be part of the tour. It kicked off on March 1st.
Legislators making a difference for the South Bay area at the state capitol came to Torrance to share the latest updates. In its fifth year, the State of the State took place in Torrance, hosted by the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce. It's a chance for legislators to bring knowledge and education to the local business community. Attendees also get one-on-one time to share key developments happening in Sacramento. Few topics of discussion included limited affordable housing, as well as the extension of the Green Line to Torrance by 2028. Assemblyman Al Muratsuchi talked about California's booming economy and its lowest recorded unemployment rate. Muratsuchi also focused on the aerospace industry and plans to form a committee.
I have a bill introduced to provide a tax cut for the smallest of small businesses, what I'm calling micro businesses, businesses with an annual income of less than $150,000. But we want to make sure that not only the big companies like aerospace, but also the small businesses, are growing and thriving.
California Senator Stephen Bradford also spoke at the event. He talked about local and small businesses. He discussed one of the biggest challenges in the region, which is homelessness, and hopes to focus on creating bills to help with affordable housing. Then Senator Ben Allen talked about speeding up the Metro Green Line and the housing affordability crisis. He discussed undocumented immigrant concerns and also agreed with other legislators on the importance of solid funding for schools in our state.
I love hearing from my colleagues so I can hear what they're working on and what they're doing. But it's it's part of my job is being here in Torrance, half of the city I represent up in the Senate, and hearing people, building relationships, strengthening relationships, hearing from people, working with people. We've got already several to-dos that have come out of today's today's event and things that I'm going to be working on with my staff and others to help make the situation better here for folks in Torrance.
It always is a success when you have our three legislators and they briefly talk about not only their bills but what is going on at the legislators. But what really was a key today was they brought it all home to Torrance and to the South Bay.
For more information on chamber events, go to torrancechamber.com.
One of the topics Assemblyman Al Muratsuchi discussed during the State of the State was his proposed bill that would improve the quality of education across California. Muratsuchi held a press conference over the phone recently and announced Assembly Bill 2808, which will increase the local control funding formula for California by $35 billion. This increase would meet the national average and ensure that all school districts have full and fair funding to cover increasing fixed costs and provide a better education to California public school students. Muratsuchi says California's budget for schools have been below average. He says regardless of where students live, they should all have the best teachers, small classroom sizes, and meet basic needs. Muratsuchi is proposing funding targets to get California from 43rd to the national average per pupil spending. This means a 60% overall increase for 2018 to 2019. Representatives from various schools and associations spoke out to support Muratsuchi's proposal. Many school representatives say the bill would close the achievement gap among students and help with upgrading schools. The budget funding for the proposal will come from budget bills that will be deliberated in the coming years.
Torrance Unified School District and the Torrance Police Department are taking steps to make sure campuses are the safest across the district. Now, this letter was sent to Torrance families and community members, highlighting measures and resources the district is using to ensure each campus is safe and secure. In the letter, it said that in the wake of recent school tragedies across the country, the district and the police department met recently to review current practices and procedures to make sure they respond appropriately to any situation that may arise. Officials say that as a result of the meetings, they have identified a number of campus safety strategies to implement immediately and other measures that will require additional collaborative efforts, research, and links to funding opportunities. The district and TPD have jointly completed school safety assessments at all the campuses. They will complete active shooter training and address emergency response procedures. Also, the program called Safety Awareness for Educators will be offered to enhance the ability of educators and law enforcement to work together during times of crisis on campus. The letter also included how families and community members can stay safe as well. To see the full letter, head to the police department's Facebook page. Well, still ahead, a two-day Japanese cultural festival returns to Torrance, and we'll take you there.
Plus, attendees enjoy delicious pancakes, all to give back to local students.
Stay right here. You're watching This Week in Torrance. We'll be back in just a minute.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
A two-day cultural festival brought the sights and sounds and flavors of Japan right here to Torrance. Hosted by the Torrance Sister City Association for the 45th year, the annual Bunka Japanese Cultural Festival was filled with life as the indoor stage at the Ken Miller Recreation Center had performances ranging from folk music, skakuhachi, which is the flute and the traditional koto performance, Nearly 3,000 people attended over the weekend. The festival also had exhibits and demonstrations, including introduction to bonsai and calligraphy. The fun-filled event took place for 2 days, and of course there was a diverse set of food options, from yakisoba, noodles, to curry and rice. For those of you who don't know, the Torrance Sister City Association has promoted friendship, goodwill, and understanding since 1973 between the City of Torrance and the City of Kashiwa in Japan. The proceeds help benefit the Kashiwa Student Cultural Exchange Program.
And the members of the Women's Club dressed up, and some even worked the runway for their biggest fundraiser of the year. The Women's Club hosted their annual fashion show to benefit high school and nursing students. All the clothing this year was from retailer Chico's. The fundraiser will benefit 5 lucky recipients that will receive scholarships towards their continued education. The ladies dined, bid on various donated auction items and raffle baskets to raise some much-needed scholarship money. The event was held at their beautiful clubhouse, which is also a historic site.
We love to give back to the community. That's our motto, give back. We make money and we give it away, mostly education and churches and hospitals.
It makes us feel very good that we all feel very blessed, and to be able to give back is a blessing back.
Torrance Women's Club is a philanthropic organization, and every year they raise money for charities they care about. The Women's Club was founded in 1921. They meet the first Wednesday of each month.
Fluffy pancakes and good company were all part of an exciting fundraiser. Local teens put on a wide range of performances for attendees at the 19th Annual Pancake Breakfast for the Attic Teen Center. For just $5, people were able to get an all-you-can-eat meal and a tour of the facility. The event is hosted by the Torrance Youth Council and the Community Services Department.
I love it because I get to see city council members come out, City of Torrance staff, the public that comes out, and they get to see what we do every day with the teens of the City of Torrance, and they also get to see live performances, which are the high school students.
When the community rallies around the youth in our community, I'm really impressed, and it shows what a great city we do have. They understand that this is the generation that's going to be leading us as we grow older.
The funds will assist in updating air conditioning and heating systems. The Attic serves all Torrance high school students with a variety of recreational, academic, vocational, and self-help programs. The Attic is located on Carson Boulevard between Crenshaw and Arlington.
Top teams from historically black colleges and universities across the country went head-to-head in a one-of-a-kind competition.
Well, north of D.C. am I? Ilana. Boston. No, Xavier.
In a fast-paced buzzer competition, high-achieving students from 48 historically black colleges and universities competed in the 29th Annual Honda Campus All-Star Challenge that took place right here in Torrance. It's the last round of the competition that highlights students' academic knowledge across the topics of history, science, literature, religion, arts, and pop culture. Jackson State University won a best 2 out of 3 game series against Spelman College, winning a $75,000 institutional grant. This makes it the second year that Jackson State University has won.
But we're really happy to bring it to Torrance because we really want to have the students interact with Honda associates and to see our campus and get to know Honda as well. It's more than just the game, it's about the experience as well.
In total, there were 10,000 student competitors this year. The year-round program was started in 1989 as a way to celebrate the academic achievements of HBCU students. So far, more than $8.5 million in grants from Honda have provided support for scholarships, facility upgrades, and other investments. Not only were students recognized, but so were volunteers, coaches, and alumni who helped make the event successful. Runner-up Spelman College earned a $30,000 grant.
The city's one-of-a-kind celebration to honor the men and women who serve our country is returning this May. The City of Torrance will pay tribute to the nation's armed forces by hosting its 59th Annual Armed Forces Day festivities. It's the city's longest-standing tradition. Beginning on Friday, May 18th, and continuing through Sunday, May 20th, this year they will be highlighting the United States Marine Corps. Some of the scheduled events include the 5K run and walk in honor of Louis Zamperini and the parade. Torrance is one of the few cities nationwide sanctioned by the Department of Defense to honor our armed forces through an annual celebration. Last year, nearly 60,000 people attended the parade. You can stay up to date on information for the event by going to torranceca.gov. A new buy, sell, and exchange store has made its way to Torrance. Uptown Cheapskate hosted their official store opening. The store has been open for the past few weeks, buying fashions to fill up their racks, and now the doors are officially open. The adult fashion reseller pays shoppers cash for their clothes, shoes, and other apparel items and resells them at highly discounted prices. Customers can shop and purchase brand-name designer clothing and accessories that are up to 70% less than retail.
But it's basically saying you're getting good uptown stylish clothes for cheapskate prices. So sell us your clothes and we'll get you cash on the spot or 25% more in store credit and trade up your wardrobe.
This is a wonderful consignment store. Lots of great deals, lots of great styles, anything from boho chic to high-end designer. I mean, they have everything, anything that you're looking for, they have. And it's totally appropriate for the South Bay type of LA lifestyle.
Uptown Cheapskate is located at 20725 Hawthorne Boulevard.
Torrance welcomed a new credit union with a special ribbon-cutting ceremony.
1, 2, 3.
Schools Federal Credit Union was founded in 1939 with the goal of serving the educational community in Southern California. Membership is strictly limited to school employees and their immediate families, and the unique products and services offered reflect that, like higher dividend savings account to set aside money for the summer months, to a no-interest loan for teachers to purchase supplies for the classroom. This credit union truly caters to the educational community.
Schools Federal Credit, we're a not-for-profit organization, so what that means is any type of revenue or income that the credit union generates circulates back into our field of membership in the form of lower loan rates, higher dividend rates for the funds that they have on deposit. And we've stayed true to our roots to provide discounted financial services to those in the educational community.
Schools Federal Credit Union is located at 20101 Hamilton Avenue, Suite 150.
A group of North High School students got to take part in a one-of-a-kind experience. Thanks to Project Lead the Way, health science curriculum biomedical students dissected a real sheep heart. Once they opened it, they identified the different parts. Students worked with the same tools used by professionals in hospitals and labs, including a scalpel, which they used to cut off fatty tissue. The heart dissection gave students an opportunity to explore this career field and get hands-on experience with real-world challenges in the biomedical science field. Now, across town, Kashmir Middle School students from the Project Lead the Way Medical Detectives course observed their learning experiences. These students solve medical mysteries through hands-on projects and lab work that includes investigating disease outbreaks, measuring and analyzing vital signs, and learning how the breakdown within the human body can lead to dysfunction. Project Lead the Way is a nonprofit organization that provides a transformative learning experience for K through 12 students and teachers across the U.S. Torrance High School was recently recognized for their Project Lead the Way program. Honda is making sure drivers put all distractions aside when getting behind the wheel. Honda released a series of short videos this month in honor of Driving Awareness Month. Shared on Honda's social media channels, the Torrance-based company aims to raise awareness around the dangers of distracted driving. The campaign features 4 10-second videos. Now, in the videos, users are presented with a driving scenario in which a text message pops up on the screen, interrupting the scenery. When the text disappears, the video reveals surprising imagery that would have been missed as a result of being distracted. The campaign runs across Honda's Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter platforms. Officials say the campaign is a natural extension of Honda's long-standing effort to improve safety for all road users and to recognize the company's vision for a zero-collision society. Still ahead, upcoming events you won't want to miss.
Plus, we have the latest happening in the sports world. We'll be back in just a minute.
As a band, we try to make music that will fill the world with happiness. It's a magical thing getting to do what you love and seeing the way it affects the feelings of others. But there are still some people that want to fill the world with pain.
Online bullying can be stopped, however. We can all work together to fix it. This emoji is in the symbol section of your phone's emoji keyboard.
Use it when you see bullying online to say, I see what you're doing and it's not cool. Let's fill the world with music and love and beauty instead of anger and hate.
Join us and become a witness.
When you see bullying online, use this emoji to do something.
Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org.
Welcome back, everybody. The Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation will present True Tales from the South on Sunday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. at the Nakano Theater. Each performance will have a new set of local stories and all-star tellers. General admission tickets are $10. And then an annual tour will make a stop in Torrance once again, bringing restored aircraft from World War II to the Torrance Airport. The Wings of Freedom tour will take place from April 26th through the 30th. For more information on the experiences, you can register at WMOF.com. Now let's find out what's happening in the Torrance sports world.
What's going on, AJ?
Hey guys, here's what you'll see on this week's edition of the Sports Desk. The South High Spartans are straight spiking the competition this season. Would the Torrance Tartars be their next victims? And the North High softball team is gaining momentum just in time for the start of league play. Plus, we have the latest news involving Diamond Lewis. She's popular, and you'll see why Diamond's team, El Camino College Softball, defines the term well-oiled machine. We have these stories and so much more. Remember to watch the Sports Desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on Torrance City Cable. Back to you.
Thank you so much, AJ. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.